4, McGraw Millhaven here along with Kelly Jackson. And what's going on in Columbia is going on in places all around the country, including Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut. And that got started because the the chancellor sent out an email to students saying, hey, let's be racially sensitive to the New Haven community as a whole, and so make sure that we don't have any racially offensive costumes for Halloween. Well, that was received, and then Yale has, it's a university, but it also has colleges within the university, and Stillman College is one of the colleges within the Yale University system, and their master, if you will, who runs this Stillman College, wrote an email saying, "Hey, wait a minute! While it's offensive, it's still people's rights, and so we need to make sure we don't trample on people's First Amendment rights." That created all sorts of controversy, and people are demanding he be resigned, and so on and so forth. There is a video now that has surfaced of this professor who has gone out into the protests and has tried to explain to the protesters what actually free speech is. These are Yale University students being schooled on free speech.
That is different.
That is different. That is different, in fact. That's different than the statement that I'm sorry for what I said. There's a big difference between the two, guys.
Do you fundamentally stand behind what you
stand behind free speech. Yes, I do.
Well, then that sorry doesn't mean anything.
Even when it's offensive, especially when it's offensive.
Even when it denigrates me.
Even when it denigrates you, even though I don't agree with the content of the speech. I have the same objections to the speech that you do. The same ones.
But it doesn't.
But I defend the right of people to speak their minds.
So when the IAC says
so who gets to decide what's offensive? Who gets to decide, guys?
How about who
what if everybody says I am hurt? Does that mean everyone else has to stop speaking?
But that's not what was happening.
Because
Hold on.
you don't, no, but
so
you
I
don't
agree with the content of your speech. I am as against racism as you are. I am as against social inequality as you are. I have spent my life addressing these issues. Even some of the students in my classes can go through this. But that is different than the freedom of speech. The right to defend people to say whatever they want, including you, including your right to write what you want and speak to me, which I will also defend. And one more thing, when I was at other institutions, I have defended people with your views against tremendous opposition. People with your views that the administration tried to ferret out and expel, I will defend you to say whatever you want, anywhere you want. You understand? Except to disrupt a classroom where someone is trying to teach students, which is the Yale policy, by the way.
So we're coming up with
But I don't.
now.
How would you like to be a Yale, a parent of a Yale student paying $50,000 a year and having somebody having to explain what their First Amendment rights are?
You know what's interesting though? These are moments that can't be taught outside the classroom, but I think it was a good dialogue for him to have.
Oh, there's no question. If you want to talk about a teachable moment, this is a much better teachable moment than remember, this is a professor out there with the protests saying, look, I'm defending your right as well as everybody's rights, as opposed to the Missouri professor who says, where's the muscle? I need to beat you up.
I mean, it's night and day.
It is completely night and day. Now, Ithaca College, which is in upstate New York, get ready for this. They are now walking out. Today's Thursday. They walked out yesterday on Wednesday, demanding that the president of Ithaca College step down.
And what's the reasoning behind it?
The reason behind it, they have no confidence, and they're chanting no confidence and new president now because of students who have been offended by racially insensitive comments by other students. They want the president of Ithaca College to step down because some people are being treated unfairly within the college, within the university.
I haven't,
Yeah. No, this is
I don't know.
This is sort of
Right.
happening, but yeah, Ithaca College has been emboldened by the University of Missouri, and so they want their president to step aside because they say a group of students have said that they've been harassed by campus police and some other things, and so now they are demanding that that president step down.
A wave
as well.
of student activism across the country.
A wave of student activism. I think the president of Yik Yak should be resigned and fired, as well as the president of Northwest Missouri State, where that student was, who said the racially insensitive thing on Yik Yak. That president should also have to step down.
Why do you think that president should step down?
Because there was a student who said something racially insensitive, so the president of the university should step down.
Are you trying to make the
I'm saying
argument
that's
of the lunacy of it all?
Well, except for the fact that that's exactly what the protesters wanted on the University of Missouri campus, is somebody put their hand in poop and put a swastika on a dorm room wall. And then somebody in a truck with a Confederate flag said something racially insensitive, and they wanted the president of the university to step down. So if we're using that logic, the president of Northwest Missouri State should also step down because a student said something racially insensitive. 811, Big 550, KTRS. Thank you very much.